amendments to it, because that was not added. So I would like to add that, and we will, if we can all stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alright, the purpose of this special meeting being called is the acknowledgement of Chief Gibbons' resignation. For his resignation, his last official day is March 25th. So with that being said, we wanted to bring the rest of the command staff in to kind of discuss with them what the board is wanting to do for the time being until we're able to come up with a resolution for a chief. We don't want to make any knee-jerk reactions or anything like that. So if the board is all right with it, or have other suggestions, right now we'd like to keep the command staff as is, with Travis remaining as assistant chief, Brad is the safety officer, Russell is the captain. We know that there's gonna be a lot more put onto Travis's plate. Just trying to do a lot of the day-to-day stuff once Chief Gibbons does officially leave, which would be the 25th. Is there any discussion from the board about that?
Well, I think we need to thank these guys for what they've been doing.
Yes, thank you.
You guys, operations, as we all know, operations have been going very well. You guys are doing a stellar job. I'd like to thank you personally, Brad, Travis, and Russell. I'd like to thank you guys and keeping everybody, as training's up, everything that's been going on, I mean, it's been seamless. I don't think anybody's noticed anything, and that's all due to you guys. And if you can all continue on like you are, everybody's plate is super full. Some more than others. So I just want to thank you.
I'll second that. It's not a motion, but I'll.
Not a motion, just, it's amazing, so.
So with that being said, is there any discussion that any one of you three want to have with the board in regards to this?
Well, the only thing I don't know why you're keeping him until the 25th, because he hasn't been here since last Monday. And having said that, if he has an accident or something, is he still on insurance and that kind of stuff, or?
He's not driving.
No,
Not driving anything yet.
I'd understand, but, I'm just asking, I mean, if he breaks a leg, is he during working hours, I've never done that when I've let somebody go down at work. It's
He is not an FPPA.
Okay,
He chose a different route.
okay,
So he is not on the disability. The only thing that he would have is the same life insurance volunteers have.
okay.
And that's only if he's on an official
Well,
activity.
I mean, it doesn't bother me, I didn't know he was on till the 25th, but it's just things I'm curious about.
Well, he has to be, not do calls, but do administrative. So like paperwork and stuff, so he wouldn't be doing any calls or anything.
But he's not even doing any paperwork.
That's my understanding.
Unfortunately, Ryan's not here. Ryan is the go-to between the board and him right now. So unfortunately, Ryan's not here to speak to that. As far as we know, he is behind the scenes trying to finish up some stuff that he started.
Yeah, that was my understanding.
Yeah.
He was just finishing up paperwork. and
He's just
stuff.
finishing up a couple of things, as far as I know.
Right.
But yeah, and if we wanna get Ryan on the phone, we could. He has requested that if anything needs to be.
Well, I mean, I appreciate your comments, that's fine.
Okay.
I just, you know, wanna make sure that we're not gonna wind up getting something.
Yeah, I guess personally, it makes me a little, I guess hesitant would be the word, just because of what's happened in the past, where everything got erased and we had no access to anything. So when somebody is exiting, doesn't matter what field it is, I'm not gonna say it's vengeance, and I don't think that's the situation here, but if he still has access into everything, I don't know, I don't know what could happen.
Well,
And the other flip side of that is, if he's still doing stuff, if he's still doing documentation, paperwork, are we gonna know what he's doing? Like, is Travis gonna be communicated with to know, like, say he orders something.
we need to.
If he orders something, how are we or you guys gonna know that that was done? If he still has access to spend money?
He does not.
Okay.
From what, did you talk to the bank?
I didn't.
Okay, I talked to Penny, and unfortunately, you need to notify them officially.
Yep.
But unfortunately, we are all gonna have to go back in and sign, even removing somebody. So,
That cost me $550 last time,
what?
To go in?
because I got I got a flat tire. I had to replace 2 tires.
I'm like, what?
This is the most expensive volunteer thing I've ever done.
That policy coming.
Yeah.
Ryan's talking about the thing.
Or maybe
No,
y'all,
flat tires, and I was grateful they didn't have 4 tires in stock.
well, maybe you better all get one vehicle.
Well, here, let me give you $20 for gas money. Good golly.
No, that was the day I was calling, can anybody come help me, it's almost dark.
Oh,
Flat
that's
tire.
when you had that flat?
Yes.
I don't know.
Only got one more comment to that, and I know when I retired, and I retired on, July the 19th. July the 19th, they shut my computer off, they sent me a text and said, "You're done." I was like, whoa, that's kinda unfriendly after 41 years, but okay,
Yeah.
and they cut me off.
Well, his computer is off, from what I'm understanding.
Was
He
it?
has no access.
Oh,
Travis?
The computer's upstairs, yes. Now,
Well-
he still has C. Gibbons access.
But he said
Yeah,
that
but
that he's not gonna use that account anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, last I know, he sent out an email.
He sent out one of the membership saying he resigned. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and that was from C. Gibbons, and that's as much contact as I know has been.
C. Gibbons at FLM.
Right.
I saw a second email after that one that said he would only accept communication through his personal email
Yes.
and personal phone.
Should we go, Ryan?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, we're gonna try to Ryan on the
Let's
phone
try
real
and
quick.
get Ryan,
I was
guys.
the one there talking about the response.
It may be super noisy and maybe kinda hard to understand them, and it's probably gonna be a pretty short phone call.
Because since he's the contact, I don't wanna guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm good.
And we may have to send him a text because they've learned their.
Your call has been forwarded.
Probably really loud in there.
Huh?
Probably really loud.
I'm sorry, I'm deaf.
So we'll come back to that,
Right, yeah.
once we can get Ryan on the phone. 'Cause we don't wanna speculate, because we say Ryan's been
It
the
was
contact.
just a question, that's all.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a legitimate question, but it was I'm not gonna say anything because I'm speculating.
So is that something that the three of you think he can handle for a time period? I can't say it's gonna be a week, 2 weeks, I don't know. But-
You were lied to last time.
What?
Like I say, I'm not gonna put a time frame on this, it's something that
and we
we will
understand that.
revisit.
We understand that,
we all have to get our stuff in order to be ready for this process to be correct.
There's Ryan calling back right now.
Hey, Ryan? Hey. We got you on speakerphone, and it's, the board members, Janine, Emily's here as a guest, and then, Brad, Russell, and Travis. And what Russell was asking is, does the chief have access to his, Fort Lewis Mesa account? Email?
I don't think he does. I think it got shut down. I was told it was shut down.
That's what I heard.
You're breaking up.
That's what Ben said that he had heard as well, Ryan.
Okay.
And then, Chief Gibbons no longer has access to spend any money, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and then is there going to be a pass off from him on what he's currently working on to the current command staff?
He said that he reached out to Travis and he hasn't heard back from him yet.
Okay,
But Travis, he gave you the grant information on what he ordered?
I have the grant information, yes.
Okay, cause I know that was one of them.
okay.
Okay, so we need to verify on our end, because you had heard that his email had been shut off?
Yes, I had heard that.
Okay.
Was he talking about the chief, or was he talking about C. Gibbons?
Was he talking about the chiefs at FLN Fire or C. Gibbons, do you know?
The Chiefs fired.
Okay, so C. Gibbons may still be,
It is.
oh, C. Gibbons is still active. So,
Okay, yeah, I didn't hear anything about C. Gibbons.
okay,
That's what the last email came from.
okay. Okay, I didn't look to see where it came from. Alright, perfect. I think that, do we need anything else? You guys got anything else?
Alright, thank you, Ryan.
Yep, we're just packing up and I'll be heading out as soon as we get the trailer loaded.
Okay, well, we'll see you if we see you.
Alright, sounds good.
Thanks, bye.
Yes, bye.
Okay. So, does that help you guys out a little bit on that? Okay. We'll verify and see, and we'll make sure that there is an actual pass down of information on what he's been working on.
So I guess out of curiosity, are you gonna go outside again, or are you gonna look internally as for chief?
It's something that we're gonna have to discuss and see
Okay.
what we wanna do.
Okay.
We have not gotten that far yet,
Okay.
so. Once again, I mean, is this something that the three of you are?
No, we can manage it, I believe, well, I don't wanna speak for these other guys, but I think we can manage operations. We lean on Travis for everything though, you know.
Is there anything you need?
So,
Feel like you need?
the biggest thing in my mind that we could truly use in the near future is another paid staff to be around. Because if Travis doesn't need to be here 24/7, 365.
Exactly.
And neither does anybody else, but with Gibbons being gone, there at least needs to be a second person that they can work back and forth. And it doesn't necessarily need to be an officer, just somebody who is available to cover and respond to calls and stuff like that. I mean, in my mind, ideally would be two, but one at a time, right? So, and then if you guys can work out something for when Travis needs to leave district or leave town, for somebody to take his spot as in that absence, yes.
So, yeah, I agree, because I think Travis is in a situation that there may be something that happens that he has to leave at a moment's notice, and may have to be gone for a while. So at that point, I think, you know, if we could appoint another assistant chief, if we had 2 assistant chiefs, maybe, you know, because this process is gonna take a while for hiring. Because we've got a lot of stuff we gotta take care of. We had a lot of stuff that we didn't necessarily handle correctly, right, wrong, or indifferent. So that's my recommendation, is if we were to make Russell an assistant chief, because Brad, I don't think you wanna be there.
Well, I didn't know it till today, but I'm going fishing here pretty quick,
Good for you.
you know, and so I'm gonna be missing some time around here, but, no, I'm fine with that. And how come we don't just go ahead and bump Travis up to interim chief or something, so, cause you need a complete command staff and not, you know, that's up to you guys, but I think that it works well if he's the chief, Russell's assistant chief, I'm the assistant flunky or whatever it is, and, you know, then when you get your business in order, what's the difference from either he becomes a chief or he steps down, you know? And I'm speaking that, he may not want none of that, I don't know.
Well, yeah.
I just think that, you know, with Durango and all these other agencies, and he needs to have the latitude to speak as the chief, not just,
Well, he does,
okay?
you know, because assistant chiefs fill the position. of
Right,
chief.
right.
I mean, that is certainly an option.
Yeah.
It's
I would
something,
like to have, if we can get through these other 2 things, wildland resiliency code in the next week, and that stuff, if we can all get through that, and then if we can just, cause there was a whole lot of turmoil that happened last week for all of us. I know you guys had a pretty rough week. And, you know, and having to respond to calls, the whole thing. But I would like to, if we can sit for a couple of weeks, and if we can all get our thoughts and we can all talk together, cause I think we need to do that. Travis, nothing, I don't wanna throw you anywhere too quick. I'm not saying that you're not doing it, you know, you're doing it, but tomorrow might be a new day that you have to go somewhere.
So
And
that's,
then we're gonna
that's my
be rough.
question, so, my understanding is that there needs to be someone in command that if Travis has to leave district, that they can step in, correct? And that's
Right,
where
and
the
then
titles come in.
That's where the titles come in.
So.
right,
if
so
we
it goes, so
can
right now,
finish-
yes, sorry,
Thanks.
I apologize.
So I understand taking our time.
Mhm.
I'm just curious that if tomorrow Travis has to leave district, what is our game plan?
That's what I was alluding to, is if we make Russell assistant chief. You know, I would like to have all you guys level, but you don't wanna be there.
And Ben, I'll help, but, yeah, no, I don't, you know, I mean, I'm willing to help, but I don't wanna be tied up like 7 months.
And Russell's got a job,
And Russell got a
Full-time
job,
job.
he's got a full-time job.
right,
Travis has got a full-time job
absolutely.
at home.
Well, both of them, he's
Yeah,
running two.
well, yeah.
Yeah,
And, you know, I think if we did that, 2 assistant chiefs for a little while, and we can all get acclimated and get identified what we need to do and where we need to be.
So if, I'm so confused here, because if Travis leaves district and Rusty's working full-time and Brad is out fishing,
Who takes that spot? I get it.
And
Somebody.
that's the
Somebody.
problem.
so that's why I'm just, yeah.
Is there anybody you guys have identified that would wanna be that is on the department that would wanna step up into this EMS firefighter? Have you talked to anybody? Is there anybody expressed interest that has the qualifications? Or at least some of them?
For what level?
EMT,
Just a day-to-day person that could
Day-to-day.
be here?
to be
To
here.
respond to calls.
Yeah, what was our last guy that was here?
Ron, you talking about
No,
that?
no, before him, the wildland guy.
Michael?
Or Cody.
Cody.
Yeah.
That's, you know, and I don't know what Cody's qualifications were, I can't remember.
They were,
Something,
Cody was seasonal.
he was seasonal. And it was-
well, and this might well be seasonal, you know,
But that's a specific thing, and you only have a certain number of days in that category, and
cause if we advertise the EMT firefighter thing, that's gonna take a while.
Unless they've got somebody interested internally,
Yeah,
you
and
know, and they
and
have.
maybe we need to identify that a little bit more, I don't know.
There's some interest.
Okay.
But that still doesn't answer the question of command though, right? Because this is a lower level person.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just trying to figure out, because it seems like to me it's more of a title for the state. It's
No.
just a title.
No, it's really, there are some reasons for it, and if we don't have the chief officers in place, there are some things that,
No, I'm talking about having interim chief and an assistant chief. Those are kind of just command titles, right?
yeah,
Command structure.
the command
Command
structure.
structure.
Chief officers can do, chief officers, those two, or the chief and assistant chief can do specific things that other people can't.
With Brad being chief safety officer, can he step in as chief?
He's a safety officer,
The battalion chief.
there's no chief. Well, battalion chief is not a chief officer.
But no, it's a chief, but not a chief
Yeah,
officer.
it's a chief, but it's not a chief officer. You're
Okay,
chief of
so
the
he-
battalion.
He
Well-
could not step in then,
He can, at the scene, he is ultimate.
but I'm saying if Travis were to have to leave district with Brad's current title, he could not step in.
We could make him.
Well, I mean,
But,
man, we get,
but we're getting right back to where you were, you know.
Yeah, and I'm just asking with his current title, not changing. I'm just saying his current title, he could not do that.
well, as this is gonna be really jacked up, because I don't agree with this at all, because I think you need a person at the top of the pile. And we had this conversation, and I didn't agree with it, but now I'm gonna say something I have to back up and eat my words. Maybe you make us all the assistant chief,
That's an option.
you
Or
know.
what if we did deputy chiefs?
I'm just saying, because I don't plan on going anywhere yet, even going fishing, but like I've got my grandgirls coming over, Monday morning, and I've got 4 days, and I told Catherine we might go over and see some alligators down Mesa.
There you go.
You know, I'm just doing the granddad things, right? So, you know, goofing off. So as long as Travis isn't gone, you know, that's fine. But I mean, if he had to take off, I'd be more dedicated to be here. But that would also help, I think, what we're saying in the chief situation. So you had chief officers. I know that's jacked up, and we talked against that. But I don't know.
Yeah, I just wanna make sure that you all are covered.
Well,
The district's covered. You're not overdoing yourselves.
Right?
You know, there's a life-work balance.
Oh, absolutely.
What's that?
well, but
I have a weekend in 6 weeks.
Well,
In my mind, this is what plays in my mind. Travis so far can be here Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 is normal work day, right? And if something happens, or he's gotta take his wife to Denver and come back, so he's gone for 2 days. If that was 2 days that he's gone, if Brad's available, you could pay Brad to be Travis's spot. And then he could be here, no matter what his title is, he would be employed and he would stay here, right? He would make sure everything ran. And everything else volunteer-wise rolls like it always has. We always still just respond to calls, but then he would be the one who's paid and is in control, no matter what his title is.
And we do that as like a paid shift,
sure,
because then he could still keep his volunteer status, correct,
what do you think?
Janine?
That's what we've done.
I'm asking, I'm
I-
not telling, I'm asking.
Well, this is,
I
you
mean,
know,
it could be
It
a
could be.
scheduled shift.
Yeah, it could
You
be a
know,
scheduled
now if it
change.
became long-term and rolled into big, you know what I
But
mean, then you.
let me ask you something, are you talking about working 8, 10, 12 hours again?
No,
No, just be available.
It's
I
16
think
hours.
if you could
I
be
know.
at the station some and be in district all the time, you know, are you guys acceptable with that? Or come in, if we know that Travis is gone, and, you know, the thing is, we all are concerned about is overworking Travis. And he already does. Help me out, Garrett.
Yeah, we gotta make sure there's a nice balance with everybody, you know, we don't want anybody to be overworked, which we know that this can happen under these circumstances right now. All we're asking is, the board needs to have a chance to be able to sit down fully and discuss all of this as an entire board. So, I mean, realistically, for the time being, you know,
Ryan's on his way.
yeah,
Why don't we move on to something else until he gets here?
That's fine, no,
Do you want- yeah.
Could,
why don't
could
we
I
do that?
offer a suggestion?
there's no public comment at this meeting, thank you.
No suggestion.
Yeah, we'll circle back around.
We'll circle
to that.
back to that, I guess.
So next thing on the unfinished business on this agenda is the wildfire resiliency code resolution. I know we've received the one that Los Pinos had done, and it sounds like we're waiting on the one from Durango Fire.
Yeah, Durango Fire is gonna adopt theirs Tuesday night. I assume their meetings are at night. I never really asked. So Tuesday, sometime, they're supposed to adopt it. And the one that we have, is it adopted?
From Los Pinos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the board sign it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then I have the other.
Yeah, it was signed the 9th of March, I think.
Yeah, because my copy doesn't have a signature on it.
I didn't get a signature when I sent the electronic, but it said it was
And
dated.
is this where they set the $75 inspection fee?
No,
No?
and.
And I have
so-
Lamar counties also.
Well, I just didn't know if we were gonna try to follow along that direction or not, or, you know,
So, I had a thought, guys, and we talked about this. We need to talk, and so Durango is our adjoining department. They're willing to share, as Travis has brought up the ones that are willing to share. I think we need to take all those, look at them. You know, as long as they've been vetted through their legal, as long as they have adopted them, because I don't want any to miss a last minute change that would get us in trouble. But then Travis, you may be able to answer this. I think it's prudent that we talk to the building department and verify that they are willing to treat us like they're gonna treat Durango Fire, Los Pinos, Upper Pine, in doing all the code enforcement for us as well.
Well, my understanding is from reading the Los Pinos, is that once you sign this,
There's
a ratification.
Attached the.
so then you go into a cooperative agreement that has to be negotiated with the county, and that has to be signed by July 1st. So all this is saying, unless Durango's is different, but all this one is saying, is that we are going to accept the Colorado Wildfire Resiliency statewide model, and that we agree to enter into a cooperative agreement with La Plata County for them to enforce their county code. But that has to be negotiated and approved on or before July 1st. So that's the part where you get the negotiation of what exactly they will do.
So have we had any discussions with the building department ourselves?
No, because I don't think you would start to do that until you have an agreement that you're gonna have a cooperative agreement, because.
Don't we need to at least discuss with them that what?
I'm just saying,
I'm just throwing this
until
out.
you have a ratification that says we're willing to enter into a cooperative agreement with you, I don't think they're going to negotiate because,
There won't be any negotiations, just, and we need to identify in my mind, because I would hate to sign this thing and then they come back and say, oh, you're Fort Lewis Mesa, we gotta travel another 45 minutes and you're gonna have this added on to it.
well, I guess that's the question. So you enter into a cooperative agreement, and if you can't agree on something, then what happens?
Exactly.
So then, does this
So,
this resolution go away then? Because all this resolution is saying is that we're going to accept the WRC model and we'll work and we'll enter into a cooperative agreement with La Plata County.
Well, I think it says in there somewhere that we're not in charge of enforcement, that La Plata County is in charge of enforcement.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's what
negotiate
we want.
acceptable cooperative
That's true.
agreements with
Yeah.
La Plata County. The county will enforce the county code within that portion of the prior district's jurisdiction that lies within the unincorporated portions of the county. The cooperative agreement shall be submitted to the governing body, which is us, for approval on or before July 1st. I mean, I don't care if somebody calls the planning department, but
Well, I would hate to get into this, sign it, and then say, well, you know, we talked with these folks, we talked with these folks.
Is there a
We haven't
specific
talked to
person
you.
at the building department you would talk to?
The
or-
head planner.
Rob.
Mhm. Who is that?
Rob.
or the director.
The director,
Yeah.
I think we should at least, you know, I'm not saying that we're gonna delay this at all. Cause we're gonna have to have another meeting to sign this resolution in the near future. Whichever one we look at, all of these, and we figure out which one we wanna pick, and that's the one we agree on. But I think it's prudent to the taxpayers that we at least have a conversation with the planning department to understand a little bit more of what we are going to be looking at, because we all know this is a monster for everybody that's going to do an addition, anybody that's gonna build a new house. None of us
What is
wanna consider this.
So that is the checklist that they're talking about. Lamar County's resolution is also in there, so you can look at that one. It's signed and adopted on the back, that one right there, and it's signed on the back.
This is a
Therefore,
cooperative agreement though, that's not just the resolution, right?
right,
Yeah, cause Park
So
County's
they've already done
it
their
as well.
cooperative
yeah,
agreement.
it's signed on the back here.
Yeah.
So that's just something, it's just paperwork I came across and got emailed from Rob.
Okay, so
Yes.
that's what a cooperative agreement would look like, which is
Yeah,
different
Park-
than the resolution.
Park County's already got it done.
But that's just the information I got from Rob, that just passing on to the board, so do with it what you will.
Well,
And emails from Los Pinos and cause I'm the task force leader for us and back and forth, so that's what I've received from them.
perfect.
So would the April board meeting be sufficient to?
April first.
We
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
do it,
April
Okay,
first.
so April
yeah,
first.
we need to do it before the end of the month.
Oh, so it looks like Los Pinos stole theirs from Pagosa.
Yeah,
So everybody's
It's
just,
like
Yeah, and
everybody's
maybe-
saying the same
but-
garbage.
they're all stealing the same
Yeah.
one.
Rob's the one that
Yeah.
told me to send that to the board and let them look at it, so.
The one that I redid, I just copied Los Pinos, but I cut out the where it said Archuleta County and the city of Ignacio. cut those pieces out.
And that's what we're told kinda to do, from Rob, but that's,
Well, and
you guys.
Rob's the planning,
He is in charge of this WRC program through Lopata County.
okay, he's the one
Mhm.
that, he took over.
He took
Shauna?
Shauna's, he took Shauna's spot. yes.
Okay, he took Sean, okay.
And his email's up there.
What's his name?
There's one of those has his email, Rob, starts with an F.
For him.
Oh, it's for Ian? Okay.
He's the OEM. He's with OEM.
So, I guess I'm still confused here. The building department's gonna do the inspections, or we're gonna do the inspections?
They're gonna do
Okay,
it. They're gonna do the enforcement. They're gonna do. So my question on that is about the map. Are we gonna have input on the map?
As long as we're in agreement with them, yes.
in other words,
We can address the map without being in agreement.
Well,
with
yeah,
them.
if we do this before the first,
Yes,
because if we go over the first, then the
the
state's over.
Yep, and then we have no say on the map.
Yeah, and-
Or we can't go to agreement how much they're gonna charge. They
Exactly.
actually have a person down here, they can do,
But,
it's a state.
you know, what I'm asking is, can we discuss with the county the deficiencies on the map?
Yes, that's the whole point of being in the agreement. The task force can, discuss deficiencies with the map, pricing, and if the county is overworked, then we would do the inspection to keep the home builders in pace. So let's just say they're getting slammed, there would be one person, that's why they gave us the checklist, we go look at it, and all it is we check it and we ship it off and they
but my problem with that, Travis, is when I look down through there and they talk about roofing materials. You know, I mean, are we gonna have a book and things that
they're
show,
supposed to give us a book, yes.
you know what I'm saying? Because there's 49 different kinds of roofing materials or
So
siding.
we have 19, last year we had 19 buildings, this is 19
Oh, I
buildings
understand.
built out.
Yeah, I know.
We're not the ones that's gonna get slammed, it's Durango, and
Oh, yeah.
we had 19 buildings
Right,
this year, or last year.
right.
We're not the ones that are gonna get overly slammed, and they understand I'm the only person on the task force, where Los Pinos has 4 or 5, Durango has a bunch, you know,
Right.
so.
And my understanding is they're gonna put the cost on the applicants, the building applicants, right, that's where the cost is gonna
And that's
be.
where they come up with, add another 20 to 30% to
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's not to a fire department or anything, it's
So
just another,
if we have to do the inspection, then do you get some of that?
Is that a revenue stream?
It's not a big area, it's just
You'd think so, but
Yeah, you'd think if they ask us to do it, they'd at least pay the time for the inspector to go do it, huh?
Well,
something
That's
you put in
something we need to ask.
in
that's
the
something we
agreement.
need to ask.
Yeah,
That's something we need to ask.
when
Yeah.
it's negotiating the,
Cause I'm just, and we're not there yet. You know, I think hopefully we're all in agreement that if we can get these 3 and look at them and pick our one that, hey, we like this one, we don't have to change it as much. You know, or whatever, cause I know Durango's was with their legal for a week before they got it. Cause Randy told me last Thursday that he was gonna get it Thursday or Friday, and they will sign it Tuesday. So, and then he'll share it with us. And not saying we need to do theirs, not saying we need to do any, you know, which one, but out of those 3, hopefully we can have one that we can just sign and be done. And, but I think with that being said, because I know that there is a horrendous backlog on building permits and building inspections.
actually, last time we had our planning meeting, they are almost caught up, I think they had 7 in the queue. So planning department,
From the contractors I'm talking to, it's delaying.
I'm just telling you what
Yeah, well, and I'm just telling you what the contract is, and, you know, it can just be an excuse. I'm not sticking, I'm just saying that sounds like a possibility, and then that's something else on Travis's plate.
So are we talking wait till Durango, which is the 24th, probably the evening, I'm guessing is their board meeting. We'll probably see it soonest the 25th. That gives us, look at it, read them, and someone has to get on it and write it, because we have to ship it to the county.
Does it have to be bookmarked or delivered by April 1st?
Before the first. We have to adopt it before April 1st.
Yeah.
So just, that's a timeline, I agree.
Because we're not gonna sign one tonight.
No, I agree, let's do it right, but
Yeah.
we'd have to get right on it.
Oh, there's, can't be any delay,
No.
you know.
And that's the biggest thing, we're at the end of the month, so.
Yeah. So I think we all are aware of that, we're gonna have to have a meeting.
So do you wanna schedule a meeting then, or?
There's only 7 days left, so.
Yeah.
And
I
if
think we
Tuesday
should-
is
I
when
think we
they
should
do
have
theirs,
one.
if
Yeah,
they
Tuesday.
do theirs on Tuesday, we'll need a day or two to review.
Mhm.
So 26, 27? Jill's out the 25th, right?
25th, I'm busy.
Yeah, because both you and Ryan are busy on the
26th, I have
25th.
something I can move.
Yeah, I think it's gotta be either the 26th or the 27th, which would make more sense if we have the 26th. Do changes on the 27th, get it to Jenny, and well,
Then Janine would have it on Monday, 30th.
yeah.
And I'm available any of those days. I'm out the 28th, which is Saturday. I'll be out of town.
Yeah, we know we're gonna have to fast track it.
So the 26th?
Sure.
At 6:30?
You know what? It's easy for me, guys. You make it to where it's easy for you guys.
I should be able to make that work pretty easy.
Yeah, cause yeah. Cause I'll bet you Ryan's got something going on this weekend with Travis. Next weekend.
He's saying something about he's got a lot of stuff coming up with shooting sports.
Yeah.
So,
So this will be our only agenda item on Thursday, right?
You good with that?
as far as I know.
I'm good,
Yeah.
whatever. You know, and like I said, guys, all along, I can usually confirm to my schedule, as long as I'm here.
So.
Oh, wait a
you'll-
minute. I'll be able to go, I got surgery Thursday, but I'll be alright.
We can do surgery here.
Yeah, we got big long tables.
I'll be okay. I might be a little grumpy, but I'll be here.
So you'll get the Durangos and send it out to everybody?
I'll give Durango's, yes. Let me- I was gonna text her.
Is there anyone else's we want?
I don't think so, I don't think we wanna muddy it anymore, I'd like to look at the two that we have that are in the county. And then we can use the other one for comparison, but I'd like to consider those two that are in the county the most. If you guys are in agreement.
That would be smart to do, just to make sure maybe Durango ever caught something that Los Pinos didn't.
You know, and they may all be doing the same thing,
Right.
you know, we may get it and say, oh, this is exactly the same form, and then we just go. you know. But until we see them, and until, my big thing is, the only thing I got, guys, I want it ratified, just in case there's something they change at the very last minute. I want them to have it ratified like the one he gave us. the two you gave, I want them to be ratified. So there's no opportunity of us to be blindsided.
I think it has to be ratified, doesn't it?
That's what Travis is saying, so yeah, I'm going with that.
Yeah. That's my understanding.
Yeah, you know, but, I know Durango's will be, and I guess we'll figure out if theirs is ratified as well. We'll give them a call, if you want to, or I can. And I would like to talk to the building department, at least have a brief conversation with them. And tell them that you're gonna treat us like you're gonna treat the other guys. Is that okay, guys, or do you want?
Well, I would hope maybe you wouldn't word it quite like that.
No,
I'm not, I mean, I don't wanna make them think we think they're treating us differently going in the door.
all I want is that we at least talk.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying when you said, we want you to treat us no differently, I'm just saying, I
Well,
wouldn't go in the door
no,
accusing them
No,
of
I'm
treating
not,
us differently.
no, but,
And
Oh,
is it,
this-
are we negotiating with the building department, the community, or are we negotiating with the county commissioners and the county attorney?
I think that's something that needs to be identified,
Okay.
so we know.
Okay, cause when I read it, it said the county, which to me is the
Yeah.
BOCC.
Who is it? Yeah,
Well, yeah, it would go to the building department.
I
and
think
then
it's the
probably
building
get pushed out to the county commissioners and the county attorney.
Yeah, so I think ultimately our contract is with the BOCC.
yeah, so I don't wanna have somebody come up to us and say, well, how's this gonna work? Well, we don't know. And maybe they've got a sheet that is explaining it, I would think there would have to be something that they have drawn up.
Well, maybe if you call and can just get some guidance
Yeah,
on what their level of expectation is or what they're thinking the process
Exactly.
is, that would be helpful.
yeah, what are they, when we sign this and get this to you guys, what's the next step?
Travis, has Rob in the discussions talked about that? Like, has that been,
They talked about,
Discuss-
yeah,
does the
and
county
nothing,
show up
nothing's in the,
does the
They-
county show up to those meetings?
Yeah.
The county does?
oh, yeah, everyone's
Okay.
there, and I can't see everyone that's online, fire departments in county, Durango, like Bayfield, Ignacio, and Durango, their building plans and everything.
And they're building, whoever's running their
And then
building.
the county building, which we fall under the county building department. And the discussion is, before they get you can move into your house, you have to do this checklist, and you go through it, and do it, and you can now be a resident inside the house.
And does that checklist come from the state or from the county?
It's a countywide one, because they have one adopted, that's one of their things, kind of like the map, now they can adopt it, it has to either match or be better than the state one, it can't go down in quality. So, the state is already, or the county has one, you have it, is what they're looking at, that's what Durango came up with, that's what they're looking at using, and that's why it's a draft, we can change things as we see, or talk about it, and then it'll go off of there.
So the county is putting this checklist together.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't adopted it yet.
Nope, it's a
Do
draft.
we know when it'll go for adoption?
No.
No, okay.
They haven't really said it. It's a draft, they just sent it this last meeting to look at it and see if there's any changes. Most likely the cities, Durango, Bayfield, and Ignacio will be more extent than we have out here if you're outside rural area.
Okay, so your impression is it's part of the certificate of occupancy before they sign off on that, they do this.
They do that,
Okay.
it's just an air checklist on before they can give you that
On the
certificate.
building permit, okay.
Okay, I was confused, I thought this was the one from, Laramie County.
Is it Laramie or Lamar?
Lamar.
They're all looking at the same,
Are they?
and
Okay.
it's all gonna change. They're also looking at of course, like an iPad, everyone's going digital. You click, 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 and then it sends it off, and it uploads in their program.
Okay.
And there's a program, I'd have to go look at my book. Drango's looking at, Chief Nelson's looking at, they use it for wildland to show mitigation and stuff, and there's a whole system that they're gonna try to emit with that, so it automatically goes towards. And
So
it's all,
right now
and it's all
is the-
digital.
So right now is the negotiation time for this checklist.
Yeah, they're talking right now, but they want the county to be one. Now, the cities might have a little bit more because they're closer together. It's not 40 acres, it's 4 feet from a
Right.
structure. So, theirs is probably gonna look a little bit more congested than ours, but they want the county to be across the board with one checklist.
So if they're doing the checklist, then I wonder what you negotiate with them. Like if we,
Well, we can do map. Do we agree with the map? We can, I think they want the price to be one.
no, I'm talking about in the resolution where it says you enter into I'm sorry, my brain's not working right now.
Well, I think you're gonna
A
have,
cooperative agreement.
I think you're gonna have that agreement. I think it's gonna build, with, as this thing grows, you know, does it work? At least you have some say. You can agree, maybe the code's too strict. You just have that agreement with the map is, I mean, yours, there's some places that are green that should be red and some places that are red that should be green. There's nothing in there. I think that's where most of your agreement's gonna be on if you agree with the map. That's, the talk is the map. No one's really bucking the code because we really haven't seen the checklist of it. And no one knows the price yet. And that might be an agreement too, or a discussion too, is how much is it? Is it $75? It goes to the homeowner, not the fire district though.
And
Just-
probably like an avenue for changing things, like if you needed to
You
change
actually
the
have a
map,
voice.
there's an avenue for how you would submit changes.
You have a seat at the table to have discussions, where if you're just going with the state, you lost that seat. You have to do whatever the state tells you.
Okay.
Is there any other discussion on this?
Not at this point, I don't think.
I think not until we
Yeah.
meet again and
Mhm.
we can just look at the comparison that
Yeah.
is wanting to be done.
Next on the agenda here is the rider grant status. You know, this stuff has actually been ordered.
Alright, here comes a whole bunch of numbers. Alright, so far, the 2 Lucas machines have been ordered, and the 2 combination tools for extrication. So far out of the cost, because everything went up from when the grant was done and when things were quoted, the cost will be dollar to dollar that we won't get back will be $572.74. The Lucas machines cost $39,419.38, and the combi tools, both of them cost $39,950 for a total of $69,796.64, with a 10% back, or our total cost from that will be $6,950. So our total cost out without batteries for the life packs or the gurneys will be $16,552.74. $6,950 of the $9,572.74, or $97,525.08 have been spent. Lucas, $18,736.12 for two, total of $37,472.24. Total cost was $39,419.38, difference of $1,947.14 after a year since the grants came in. Combination tools were quoted at $16,162.20 for a total cost of $32,324.40. Total cost of $39,950, difference of $7,625.60. I have to do an updated report by the end of this month. Hoping to see them this coming up week, that way I can put that in the report. They should be coming in. They were ordered last week. So hopefully we'll see them come in so I can take pictures and get it to the grant to get that cost.
So those, no, sorry,
No, go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask, so the stuff that was ordered, it was just the Lucas devices and the combi tools?
That's what I was saying, yeah.
And
No
no
batteries.
batteries?
Not yet. The emails I've received now is just two combi tool kits and two Lucas devices. The kits. I've not seen anything for batteries coming in.
Do they come with initial batteries?
These do. We're talking about extra batteries for the Life Pack 15 and the gurneys. And I just haven't seen, if there is, I just haven't came across the email or seen where they were ordered. No.
So you went really fast with your numbers.
Can we get copies of that?
So are you saying that the Lucases were about $1,000 more than what was originally
So
quoted? Is that
So things went up since they were last quoted,
everything?
and they were total $1,947.14 more on the quote that you won't get back. It's dollar for dollar, it's just the cost of it. And
What do you mean we won't get back?
it's dollar for dollar. So a grant is approved, when doing a grant, you go off of quotes you have. So with that, the Lucas machines were quoted at $18,736.12 a piece for a total cost of $37,472.24. That was what was approved on the grant.
Initially.
So above that.
So we only get reimbursed
We only get
90% on the 37.
Yeah, 37, and then total cost was 39 for 419, so that difference is dollar for dollar cost. We don't get that 2%
We
back.
won't see any of this one back.
You won't see 9,000, my bad, $9,572.74 at the end of it. That is dollar for dollar what it is.
So what is our 10% at this point?
You will spend $6,950 of well, first we have to we first have to buy it for a total of $69,796.64. We will get all that back other than $6,950. But then we have to upfront, or will cost the total of, so this whole grant will cost us $16,552.74.
Well, that's
On the initial.
on the
plus this,
initial plus those.
Boy, those combi pools were a lot more.
What was the total out of pocket, Travis? 16,000?
$16,552.74. Again, I haven't seen any emails saying, any of the batteries, I'm not saying it hasn't came in, pulling these quotes were kind of a pain, and I finally got them today, so.
So do we know, I don't think it's on here, what was the price for the batteries that was put on the grant originally?
Yes. So striker replacement batteries, the total cost is $659 for 4 of them, for a total cost of $2,636. And life pack batteries were $650 a piece for 4 for $2,600. And you'll get 10% of that if they haven't went up.
That was going to be my next question.
I don't know, yeah, I haven't seen any of the quotes for that come in. It'd be not, it wouldn't be smart not to buy these batteries at 90%. Batteries go bad, you're buying one.
And we need them.
Cause the life pack batteries we're really hurting on, right?
Yeah.
I guess my only concern is if they doubled,
I know,
then,
it's terrible, but we need them.
And they're gonna double no matter what. You might as well get 3 of them.
then it's a little more than,
Here it is.
since you're the treasurer.
We are authorized to go to that amount.
Go to this amount, yes.
The 108.
Mm-hmm. So our match would have been 10,000, or 10,000, yeah, 850. Our match is gonna be 16,000, right?
Right.
But that's without the batteries right now.
So you were working with the match out of that 53,000 though, that was,
Oh,
right?
I was gonna go back to-
Just-
Yeah, I'm just trying to, I'll make sure you get it back. So this is without the batteries. And then with the batteries, that was, what, another 200?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Another 50.
26, 36, and 2,600.
So adding 5,200 to the 97,525 should still be in below that.
Yeah.
But because it's the price difference, so that's how much we have to pay extra for the Lucas, and that's how much more we have to pay for the combis. So from what he was just saying, that's
So as long as we're under that.
give you all my paperwork, and then you can't ask me questions.
We,
I got it.
you got it in there? I'm trying to do it.
I've got it. It's in the chief's report. Do you still?
Yeah, no, I got
Yeah,
that.
Oh,
We got that.
So I know that, at least on that, I know we authorized them to go up to the, actually,
To the 10,000, whatever, yeah.
right. But based on this number right here, that's going above and beyond what
It is.
that.
So those rescue tools,
And this is,
so Travis, it looks like the rescue tools are the combi tools, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it looks like in the grant, it was for 16,000 for one, and it looks like they actually cost 39,900.
That's for two. So
Oh, that's for two, okay.
single, it would have been $19,975.
So it went up by about 3,000.
It's about $1,000 a tool.
That's where you got the, now you took my papers away.
Sorry, do you want this?
Weren't there brackets thrown in?
I have the whole thing here. There's batteries, chargers, charger cord, and tool mounts.
That's for the extrication.
Yes. And so, yeah, it's, just how much do we know?
Well, when you look at inflation,
but
I don't know that that's an unreasonable.
no, I mean, that's the
Well,
difference.
that's the thing.
I
Because
mean,
this was done prior to us. This grant was prior to us. So, and we're trying to,
well, and it's not even I mean, it's not even, it's just inflation.
well, that's what I mean, yeah. Yeah, there's really nothing we can do.
Well, this is, I think it's just a fact, this is where you're at.
Yeah,
If the money was awarded last year and it's not being spent till now, that's just where you're at.
Yep.
So,
And we were just,
And you're not gonna get a better deal.
yeah.
well, the
Yeah, it's not-
reason we couldn't jump on it is because of the audit and being really super careful.
Well, we didn't have enough money to cover it. We got enough money to cover it now.
yeah.
So we need to figure out how much those batteries are gonna cost.
Yeah. And if they weren't ordered,
Yeah,
well, it was my impression that they were ordered.
there is.
Can Ryan check on that?
Yeah. I think we need to have him follow up with that.
I mean, you haven't found anything, right, Travis? Okay.
Yeah. Or, I think that'd be the most prudent thing to do at first.
Mhm.
Let's make sure that there's not something out there
Yeah.
and have him talk to him about everything that we've done.
And do all the batteries come from different companies? Like, you
Yes.
wouldn't
Yeah.
have one company that covers
One
all
comes
of
from
them.
Right, light pack, and then,
Did you say Stryker was one
striker,
of them?
and then strikers are cots.
And Strider got hacked.
Stryker
They
had a
did?
big
Yes.
problem
Yes.
2 weeks ago.
Hopefully they got that figured out, but
Yeah.
it was big.
Watch the credit.
So that could conceivably make it to where we can't, are we okay with the Stryker batteries, or are we really in trouble on Stryker? We're good.
We're surviving on this, right?
Okay, because I know on the light packs we're not.
The life packs.
Light packs we gotta have, but I don't remember everything that happened to Stryker, it was
I haven't
because of
heard
the
an
war.
update- I haven't heard an update on them.
Yeah, it was because of the war, there was a hack and there was something else on manufacturing. So there could be something else out there. Who's the funky? Okay, so Ryan. To ask him that when he gets it, if he does.
Rusty had said that it would be really nice to get someone in. Where are we on that? Can we give him authorization to start looking, or?
Yeah, I think we need, since there's some interest, is what I was understanding, there's some interest in the department. Let's get that.
So you guys, if I recall right, at the last board meeting, Gibbons had submitted a job posting, and you guys were gonna work on it. Did that get anywhere, or?
I think it
is that-
did, yes, but
we sat down as a group of officers and kinda come up with this, if you guys
Okay.
wanna look at it and see. I'm not trying to step on your toes, but
No.
this is just kinda what we thought looked good.
I think there's an accident.
I ran it for Brandon.
So putting the deadline on here of April 15th, do you have someone that you think would respond by then? Or just change
It
the
was
deadline
just,
if
that was
nobody
just
does?
a floating,
Just a good number?
that's
Okay.
up, it's up to you what you wanna see closed or opened, or,
Okay.
it was just a date to put in there.
And
And question marks look funny on it.
maybe you write it as, open
It's a-
until filled.
Until
Okay,
filled.
so,
It just looked funny with question marks in it, that's all.
I have a question just off to the side. How many of our firefighters, how many firefighter 1 and firefighter 2 do we have in the district?
On
Just
structure,
overall,
structure or
just
wildlife?
Structure.
Me,
That's it?
Joe, I'm a fire 2, Joe's a fire 1, trying to get him 2, and we got 6 in class.
And
Yeah,
6
six going through class right now.
And they're into the firefighter one portion.
We're still in
April
hazmat
1st.
till April 1st.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, we're doing hazmat refreshers and JPR training right now,
okay, good.
and wildland stuff. That was why, Chief Davis kinda took a hiatus this month, is cause they're doing wildland like we are.
Everybody, it's earlier than we thought.
So with that, I just wanna, if I could say something, as of to date, we had 16 members that have hack tests and 14 passed. We have more that wanna test this Saturday, and hours trained as of to date was 97 hours this year. And in the next 2 Saturdays, we have another 8-hour days, so 16 more on top of that. Not tired.
I think that 57 we can't do.
Yeah, what's that?
Isn't that magic number 50?
8?
Oh, I thought it was, we thought it was 57, whatever that is, it's
think it was, 57 something.
Yeah, it
So
wasn't,
that needs to be
That's why I
adopted.
said-
Yeah, we just have to find that
Because it was a
magic number.
57.
we thought, we couldn't remember, we thought it was 57.
Just make it 58 and then you're above the mark.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that can be changed.
Otherwise, I like the range. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it was one of those, we thought it was 56 something, so we said 57, we're just trying to keep above that, marker.
How many people expressed interest, guys?
4.
Good. So this very possibly could be filled within in-house.
Yeah.
I feel pretty comfortable that it could be.
Good, okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's well written and just that one thing changing it.
Yeah.
And the date, right?
And change the date from
2 just till filled.
filled.
So is this gonna be a summertime kind of thing or a full-time thing?
No, I think this is a full-time.
I think for that much money.
Well,
it must be
that's
full-time.
where I like to see it at, yeah.
It's a full-time. Garrett, your thoughts?
So as everybody in here knows, I know on the backside of it, it talks about, post offer, pre-employment, NFPA 1582 medical examination. That was not something that was required of the chief when we hired him. It was not required of Travis when he got hired. Is that something you guys are dead set on? If so, then we need to make sure that,
I'll do it.
That's under additional duties or under
No.
desired
No,
qualifications?
it's
Background,
That's
top of the page.
preferred knowledge or experience
Sure.
with
I think as much as anything, we'd like to make sure that everybody's covered. It's kind of like when we went in and done our drug testing, making sure we're all,
Yeah,
But it's,
the
you
drug
know,
testing for sure.
yeah,
yeah.
you know, if we do it for one,
understand?
we need to do it for everyone.
Right. And of course, I'm sure Russell does the same thing. I go in, I don't know about that specific spec, but I know I go into a pretty rigorous CDL test with my doctor.
Right.
And man,
Every 2 years.
that guy's brutal.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the DOT physical,
right,
yeah.
yeah. And that's every 2 years, so,
Unless you're on medication, it's every year.
well, that's right. Yeah,
This is just what, the 3 of us, we seen it, we talked about it, Janine helped us with, talking about some things, presenting it, so it's on the board if you wanna change it up, and we'll just,
Well, we need to verify the dollar amount.
As far as the NFPA physical.
Well, no, on the 57.
Yeah, we
I'd
already
say we
said
say
that.
Yeah,
We already said
yeah.
that,
We're gonna baseline that at 58.
But Garrett's bringing up a really good point. We did not require it in the past. Travis has not been required. It's fairly expensive, right? Is that my understanding?
It's gonna be $300-400, I would think now, maybe more.
I don't know
And
what
we
it
will have to pay for that.
Could you ask, I don't know if this fits, could you ask for a DOT physical or something of that nature? Cause those are $80, $100.
The 100, I think.
Well, so
So there we go.
on the front side, I do see where, the CDL Class B is a desired qualification.
Right. So they would actually come with that if that
So
was the
they
case.
should already have, if they come with a CDL, they should already have a DOT physical.
and if they don't.
The biggest thing is with the NFPA physical, I mean, they're doing x-rays of your lungs, they're checking your cardiac, I mean, they do a lot.
Yeah. It's more than
It's way more than a DOT physical.
I guess that's really up to what you guys
Didn't
want.
somebody
Well,
say
that.
right
No,
now
it's a,
that other fire departments weren't even doing them?
yes,
Is that what you said there?
on the 1582,
Yeah.
most everybody does a 1582,
Oh, they do,
yes.
okay.
They don't do a CPAP,
Oh, they don't do a CPAP,
CPAP,
CPAP.
not CPAP. So, yeah, there's nobody in the area that does a candidate's physical agility test any longer in the forecourt. There's only one department that has the required equipment to do it. So everybody does a modified something for a physical test.
Well, having said that, Ben, you're talking about employees, right?
Yes.
There's not that many, I mean, even if we get full staff and there's 4 people, and it's $400, that's $1,600, that's not that much.
Well, that's,
You know,
I just want it to be known that if we do it for one, we're gonna, Travis, you can go back and do it. Yeah, I know you don't have a problem with it. You know, and that's,
All right, and that's all I'm pointing.
that's what we were trying to get, you know,
And that's
one of the things that
whatever
was
you
supposed to be established for employees, you know, are what are we gonna pick? Because if we pick to go to NFPA, which we had done in the past, the problem with NFPA is it is a standard. It is not something that we have to do. But once we go to it, we don't wanna step away from it, because that's when we become liable. So if we are gonna do NFPA 1582 physicals for everybody, it needs to be from here on.
So what you're saying is if you accept NFPA until you change your policy, you have to follow it or it could leave you liable.
so is that, the other thing, is that a one-time event, or is that annually, 5 years?
NFPA 1582 is typically annually.
Annually, I had to do it every year.
Okay, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's just, so, and NFPA has all sorts of requirements.
So if you accept this, if you
No.
accept all of
No,
NFPA?
we do not. You do not have to accept everything. I think it's prudent that we do it, but we have to realize that if we do it, I really have a hard time. I don't want, it's like our air packs. We have always done air pack testing all along, and then it went away. That's when we become liable. If somebody dies because of that, we didn't do it.
But if you change your policy,
No.
No.
So like if this NFPA 1582, if we say Travis is gonna do it, whoever the person is that fills this, they're gonna do it. For any paid employee, they're gonna be required to do it, and we have to budget that for them to be able to go do every year. To be able to say, we are meeting the NFPA 1582 physical exam for all employees.
but what I'm saying is Ben said at one time we had adopted it,
Jenny,
then
I
we
would like to
didn't
see
do
it.
it,
NFP 1582.
and now we're re-adopting it?
13, 14, and 15 it was done.
It was done.
After that, I don't know. And I can only speak to that because I know that myself and Chris Anderson, we went to Upper Pine and we were performing these over there when they were bringing somebody from out of state in.
Well, that's why I'd like to look into that if we officially adopt something, and then 10 years down the road, if another board decides something different, they can change policy.
They can, you know, and the risk that they will run is if, on any of these, if we accept it and then they go away from it, and something happens in a court of law, what's going
Well, this is all new to me because I didn't know that we used to be under NFPA.
Well, we're under NFPA on most everything.
I mean, on this 1582.
And like our structure gear 1853, 1871, 1976, you can start just rattling NFPA's
So,
stuff off.
but because at one time we were under NFPA 1582, what you're telling me is that we're not in compliance.
We could be in trouble. So I think we need to go back to what everybody is going to have to do. It's just what we're saying.
Right.
I think it's a great thing. You know, we used to have, you know, if you get into the history of the department, back 10, 12 years ago, we used to have 6 or 7 people that were on the department that did it in Farmington and did their 1582 physical there. So they were covered at that point, because they were doing it somewhere.
So let me ask you something way screwed up, Ben. Because I know you're going with your 1582 for the fire department, but if you go under a DOT physical, I'm sure you found the same, well, maybe not, but, you know, I've done DOT physicals for many years, and of course, down at work, we did all kinds of physicals because you want to set baselines,
Exactly.
you know, I mean, for carcinogens and everything else, that benzene, whatever. But, you know, I've been to a dozen different doctors, and they aren't all the same. And I tell you what, that guy over in Cortez, that guy don't give you a break. He'll do everything on the list, and he'll top to bottom, left to right. Now, if you found out that you had to have your DOT physical by tomorrow, you could run into Dr. Poe, and holy smokes, it was like, I walked in there one day and he's ready to sign it, and I said, aren't you gonna do the physical? He said, you walked in here, did you? That's just blew my mind. No, you know what, he lost his license for a few years because of that, not because of me, but, you can't do that.
There's 2 places in Durango right now that do DOT physicals, that's it.
Quite a few in Farmington that do.
But right, but in Durango now, there's only 2.
Well, like you said,
Because,
I'm using one out of Cortez, and man, that guy is stringent, and it's good.
They are, they have to be, the DOT come down and said there are only certain places that are authorized to do it. My primary care can't do it.
Nope.
Urgent care can,
Yeah.
which doesn't make any sense to me, but that's
Well,
how
I'm
I
just,
get it,
so I didn't know on the 1582 thing,
There's certain things I gotta follow.
okay,
And, you know, so I'm just speaking from where I came from.
sure,
I would do a 1582, I would pay him $5 for my health card, and they would sign it. Because everything that's done in the 1582 is over and above what's in the CDL.
right,
You
yeah.
know, so, you know,
But maybe you guys need to decide which one you wanna go with.
well, that's it, we could do.
You could do DOT very easily.
Well, that's where I was headed to, and I don't know the Durango people, how they do it, but I will tell you, and I get that guy's name in Cortez, and you walk in there and you almost regret walking in there, it's like, whoa, you know, which is a good thing. It's what you're paying it for, right? You're paying for a good physical, you know?
Well, you know, it's just like our audit. The reason you do this stuff is to find out if there's a problem.
A deficiency, right?
Yeah, you know, if there's a problem, we need to know.
Absolutely,
You
yep.
know, and it's a great thing.
And I like it, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many things have happened down there that people had, and we did it every year.
Yeah,
And how many things came up.
right. No, I think it's a great thing. So anyway, I don't wanna belabor that, but, you know, a good CDL physical might be the best answer, I don't know. You know,
But then we're skirting,
well, it'd be half the money right off the bat probably, and I think.
you already got your CDL physical.
I know, and I gotta do the A physical. I don't care, I'll do a third one, I don't care.
Well,
No, it's
Not gonna know me
it's
by
current.
name.
You got a health card, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, all I want is, and we're just going off of what the standard was.
Yeah, and
When we looked at it, we were just looking at that, knock it off.
So,
And that's on board, we'll change
do you
it
have
however.
to name the medical examination, or can you, I mean, I know you've got thoughts on this, but.
Well, last time we just said pass a physical, medical, physical, that's what we said last time.
Yeah, see, and I don't know, because like I said, if you took your $50 down to Dr. Poe, you were good to go. And I don't agree with that, cause a guy that weighs 600 pounds couldn't even get in a truck.
So the last time I checked into this was 5 years ago, cause we were talking about going to it. I think at that point, it was $375 a piece. And as we've been talking about everything, who knows what it is now?
Is that an FPA one, can be done locally?
And that's the question.
Well, I know Reliance does it.
They don't.
They do.
They do those, you
Yeah.
can get them local.
Yeah, and Farmington is 16 miles farther than here.
Not from my house.
Yeah. Well, no, if you drive to Durango, or if you drive to Farmington.
It says here
It's-
they do blood test, pulmonary function,
Mhm.
cardiovascular, EKG, and stress test. X-ray is indicated often every 5 years. Sensory, hearing, vision, cancer screening, immunization, infectious disease screening, fitness evaluation.
And a bench press at 315.
What'd you pay me
The
for?
current average cost is $750 to $1,000 per person.
Yeah, I think we should check on what the price is now, because it could be $1,000.
That's true,
I have no idea, guys,
yeah.
and, it's just like everything else. We're gonna be shy on money.
And the
but-
CDOT physical is,
200.
It's under $200.
Mine I just had redone in Durango at a place called Envision Medical, and it was $115.
I not think I paid 140, so.
They vary over there.
Yeah, I think it's under 200.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's under 200. I
and you
think
think that would be sufficient?
It's sufficient enough to drive a truck,
Yeah.
which is one thing that we're asking them to do, is drive a truck.
Well, and then the other thing that they have to do, according to this, is they have to do a pack test annually, so I figured if you can go down the road with 45 pounds on you for 3 miles, that's your cardio.
That's as good as your NFPA test right there, huh? And Travis will give you mount to mount if you don't make it.
It's designed.
On the ground.
I was eating that.
Oh, yeah. I've done that back test for 20, well, I haven't done it the last 2 years.
Want
I did it for 26.
Saturday?
Yeah, no. 26 years. I'm not gonna do it.
I've done it twice already. Did that 3 times, someone showed up this morning.
So I think we should check on the price.
I was just gonna say, so give us till our next special meeting to check on some pricing.
Which is Thursday night.
Do you want,
Next Thursday.
I can send the whole board this digital, that, you guys can change it any way you want.
Oh. As far as being best.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's gonna check on the pricing? I'm gonna do that.
I'll call Reliance. And who else? I'll call Jesse at Urgent Care.
I'll
They
check,
don't have the hearing booth in there. I know they don't do it. Cause you gotta have a hearing booth. You
and
gotta
I'll
have a pulmonary function.
check with that one in Cortez too.
Durango know who to send people to?
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I was gonna call my friend that's a doctor at Urgent Care.
Oh, I'm just saying if you call Durango Fire, would they know?
Yeah. And I'm gonna be talking to Randy anyway, so I'll ask him where they're getting it. And we can ask for this.
So, yeah, well, let's get back to you guys on this at our next meeting. Just so you can verify pricing.
So for this week, we're not gonna post it yet until you guys justify or clarify which DOT you want.
Yeah, because you know as well as we do, right? If we say we're gonna have a 1582.
Right.
And it costs us $1,400, we maybe need to think.
That's fair.
Well, that's why I said, if you chose the DOT, it's easy
Well,
to settle, right?
I think our two options are, well, we got 3 options. They can do DOT, they can do director of fiscal, or they can do a 1583.
Do you have to have a CDL to do a CDL physical?
Nope. It costs you the same, but.
Because a lot of employers, they require if you're gonna drive a company vehicle, to just have it be a consistent, even if it's not over the weight.
26,000 1 pound?
Yep.
Oh, man.
We make them, it's our company policy is you're gonna drive, you signed off to drive,
Right.
even if it's an F-150.
Right.
Well, if you have these crackdown, it's 10,000 1 pound.
Or.
We also are running that because we've got a small truck that we make deliveries with, and they told us anybody that drives it needs to have a medical card.
I say red Subaru should count too.
Okay,
Not
any other unfinished business? I know that was one of them.
I just have a quick question. Janine, I just realized it's almost April. Our audit has to be done by July. There's a punch list that they gave us. I know you've worked on some. Do we wanna create a punch list? Do we wanna put it on the action item list? How do we wanna make sure that we're getting all of that done?
Janine, how do we wanna do this?
Well, we started a list, so.
Have you received the punch list back from them? Because I haven't seen anything on the current.
Yeah, I sent it out in an email. We
When?
got it, we all got it. 2 days in that big packet that they sent us,
Oh, the audit, yeah.
in the audit. Where they sent
The
us
last
like those
audit?
20
The last
different.
of it?
Are you talking about the same things here?
I don't know, that's what I'm trying
So
to.
the last audit, they sent out about 20
Yes.
different
We're
attachments.
working on those.
That's what I'm talking about. Do we have a punch list for those?
So we'll put those into the list.
Let's put those into a
Yeah.
list.
We'll put those
And
into
then,
the
yeah,
list.
I think we
I
should.
think I'm getting left out on a
Those
whole bunch
will
of
be-
trash.
We have
And then
those
just
knocked
agree.
out for this audit.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of it was documentation.
Yeah,
This is-
and let's put that into a list,
Okay.
and then we'll go through what we.
And we have a
choose.
list started, so.
Do you want me to
Do
put
it
it on
include
the,
that on the action
on
items?
the action items so that we can be marking these off?
I think you should.
Okay.
That way we're advised here, that everybody hears.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
making sure.
Yeah, I think that way everybody knows. Yeah, Janine and I have been talking quite a bit, getting together quite a bit.
And there are a lot of
Anything
things, I
the
mean,
board needs to know?
Yeah. Well, it's just.
it's just
So, yeah. No, it's just, you know, like we talked before the last meeting, we met about the money, where we're gonna move the money. I've been
which
signing.
is already okay by the board.
Yeah, I'm signing her time cards, we need to figure out something to
Cause that was.
sign his, only one now, until we get the next
And
one.
that's on the punch list.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I'm initialing all the invoices that she processes, and that they're doing the POs. So I'm going through all those, initialing them, looking at them, verifying. I drove Travis nuts that one day, I came up
Looks like Ryan
Three or-
just drove up.
came up 3 or 4 times, what's this for, what's this? And, you know, so we're doing that, but there's other things that we need to be doing.
So did you just get some like handwritten time cards?
Did you win?
We have some.
She did
time
good.
You already
cards.
have some time cards?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, and I do.
Well,
Excel
good.
spreadsheet. So I just do it, mine is in Excel.
Oh,
But-
I heard it pulling away, so I figured,
Print out where he's gonna.
Ball
initial
block is
mine
kinda nice.
in Excel.
It
would be nice to know.
I'll kick him out of the
Right.
door.
He's still barely talking.
Catching up on the speaker, Ryan, we've acknowledged Chief Gibbons' resignation effective March 25th, which is Wednesday. We've had a discussion with command staff about keeping the current command staff as is for the time being. It was, Brad had suggested making all three of them assistant chief. Travis gave a quick update on the provider grant. And there's some significant price changes on some of the stuff. Instead of it, so right now we're still under the $108,000 that we said they could spend up to. They're still under that, but because of the price changes, we have to, the price increases on several of these, we also have to cover the difference, because that's not gonna be included in the grant.
Okay.
So, on that, we were going to have you follow up with Chief Gibbons about, if any batteries for the life pack or strikers have been ordered.
They said everything had been ordered, but I'll double check.
Yeah, and then also on the price of the rescue tools. You know, verify what that
Or, Ryan, if you could maybe get like who he ordered them from or something, cause Travis said he just hadn't been able to find.
You guys have
the
seen
order.
an email?
He found the other orders, but he
Okay.
couldn't find that one, so.
Yeah, he didn't find the batteries for the striker or the batteries for the
Yeah.
backpacks.
So who he ordered them from or a confirmation email or something.
It was also brought up about hiring another person, as a full-time employee. That is what the officers has presented to us this evening. We're having a discussion about the 1582 physical that it speaks about on the backside here. We need to check on pricing on that. It has not been it was not a requirement for Chief Gibbons or for Travis when he was hired. So we need to look into pricing on that. If it's too expensive, we were also having a discussion about just a DOT physical. So, Ben was going to make some phone calls about finding out pricing on having an FBA physical done.
And where Cortez and Durango gets theirs done, if it's local versus Reliance. Durango's gotta have somebody that does them.
Yeah.
So we had mentioned to the command staff that we will verify these prices, and we will get back to them next Thursday, because we are gonna have another meeting next Thursday to hopefully be able to sign the wildfire resiliency code resolution.
Okay.
So. Am I missing anything? Catch me
No,
up.
I think you did good. I think you got it, yeah.
I'm gonna talk to the county
Oh, yeah, Ben.
building department and just have a conversation with them about what their vision is on how this is gonna work with us. So, and Travis has said, you know, as long as we adopt it prior, and we all know this, but we still wanna have some control on the map to be able to address the problems with the map. And then, what is the anticipated dollar amount for the homeowner? You know, and then Travis had also said that if they get busy and they get behind, that we're gonna have to fill in to do the inspections, and he would have to do that. Wanna verify that that's what they're saying, and I don't think there's gonna be any cutback for us, you know, but if they could throw us some money, it'd be great. And then, what was the other one? And then, who is the agreement specifically with? Is it with the Board of County Commissioners, or is it with the building department? Once we get into that, cause we sign the resolution and then we go into a negotiation period with them until July 1st, right, Aaron?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
July first, you have to have an agreement.
Yeah, so we'll have to have an agreement with whoever it is.
It's in that resolution, did you guys get that?
Yeah, I didn't print it out. I got it, read it, and saw what Jules read. Didn't know who did the red.
That was my red stuff. If you wanted some of that on there, like if you still want Archuleta County on there.
No, yeah, I looked at it like, woo, there's a lot of red.
Yeah, there's a lot to take out of there.
So Durango's gonna have theirs signed Tuesday. So we've got the one that was sent to us, and then Travis had one from Lamar County, and then we'll have the Durango one, and we'll compare them and see which one fits the best.
Well, I think the one from Lamar was the cooperative agreement.
Yeah, that was
It's
the
not
full, that was the
resolution.
full agreement.
Just so you can see it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's
don't
the full
get
agreement.
confused on that.
The
There's
Los
a-
Piñoses
There's a
and
resolution and there's an.
That's
goes
just
to-
for the acceptance of the 23 dash whatever wildfire resiliency, to meet that requirement.
The Los Pinos one refers back to see the attached code and stuff, so we need to come up with something. Or find out
What that
what the
attachment is.
attachment needs to be.
As far as the Senate bill.
Yeah, well, it just says on there either see attached appendices and codes, or it's something on codes.
Yeah, so we need to see what that is.
Yeah.
I think that's it. So on the compensation on the job application, when we go up to whatever it needs to be, 58,000. Instead of 57.
And then just discussing the audit stuff. It's almost April, we've got a deadline, so we were just discussing, just as you're walking in, of creating a punch list, to make sure we're getting everything checked off.
Okay.
From the previous audit that we're doing that. So that's just this current audit.
So. Anyways, does anybody else have any other unfinished business they can think of that we need to discuss?
Not tonight.
No, I thought you were, was the circling back to the command staff, was that just to find out about the batteries? Or were we gonna circle, I don't know.
I thought that whole conversation was circling back, just to see if anything is ordered.
That was what that was, okay.
Or, and then if the Chris's accounts were still open and active.
So,
I don't believe Chris has access to any other accounts. I didn't know about the C. Gibbons account
oh, on email.
email, but he doesn't have any of the debit cards or.
Yeah, and Janine, you're gonna cancel everything.
And we'll
Monday.
start the process.
Yeah, we'll start the process, and we all have to go in and sign again.
You ready, Ryan?
Yeah.
Good.
Do you have nice tires?
We've got new tires on the back.
And-
Well, you're getting some on the front now.
So one suggestion, guys, I didn't bring it up, but since Ryan's here, on the 26th, should we change the door codes to be consistent, or what do we wanna do? He's not gonna be here. He's gonna be in Missouri, but what are your guys' thoughts? It's a pain in the butt.
If you change them again, I get to pick it so I can remember.
You know how long it took me to
That's all I'm
remember this
asking.
one? I was struggling.
Well, I have to message Aaron every time. What's the code?
I have to put it, yeah.
But, I mean, it became, you know, and I'm talking past history at another department, it became really odd, and it made people go, well, why'd they change it for that guy and not change it for that guy? Because, are we picking, is there something up that we don't know about? You know, but for security for the taxpayers
For
as well,
I guess my opinion is, if you're gonna be consistent, then yeah, you should just do it.
change it.
As much as we're just learning the new one, then yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's no, you know, there's no chance of anything at that point, right? You
That's
eliminate
it.
all risk, so.
And
Wait till the number I come up with this one.
Now Aaron wants to pick the number.
No, Aaron doesn't get to pick it. I'm just being whiny.
I think to be fair, anytime anybody leaves, it ought to be changed.
yeah,
And then you just,
I really think so, guys. It will alleviate
Do we need
the
a motion on
possibility
that?
of.
No. Yeah. I said, do we need a motion on that?
No, that's operations. I just want to suggest,
Just a suggestion.
you know, I think to be fair and consistent and not look like we're targeting certain people, let's just do it whenever anybody leaves, and that way it alleviates, hey, well, you know, he could have come in, you know, or given it to somebody, so. Although I really hate to.
So you might wanna let the rest of the board know when, sorry, Garrett and I were down at the training. The auxiliary's doing a fundraiser,
Second of May.
2nd of May, and they're gonna have a bowl with food,
Okay,
just in case you want to attend.
so just bring lots of money is all we're asking.
So is there any other new business? I mean, as of right now, we haven't really discussed anything that truly requires a motion.
I have some stuff that can wait until our regular board meeting in April.
yeah.
Did we, I don't wanna step out of line, but did we decide what we're doing with the three of us to maintain order, continuity and consistency? So that, part of the thing is we're waiting on Ryan to come back, and that's,
Right.
There could be 2 assistant chiefs, or should there be 3 assistant chiefs, or should we make them all assistant chiefs?
I have a suggestion, but I've been sitting here, and you can take it or don't take it. If we use the word interim, meaning temporarily, right? You guys don't wanna go hire a new chief right now, we're gonna take a process and do that. Travis is currently the assistant chief, you could make him an interim chief, bump him up 1 level, but be interim, knowing that when the job process hiring happens, he could go back to where he was, and that position could be filled if that's not a position he applies for. I could do whatever, I can stay where I'm at, but if the authority of having enough, the authority of having chief in district when he leaves, if you want to move me up or move Brad up, I think having the name chief, you already have a chief behind your name,
Yeah.
but it would give him the authority to do what needs to be done at Travis's absence, and I can do the same at whatever level, and where it all falls, whatever, but I do think just for, what's the word I'm thinking of, like, structure the command. I can't
Chain of command.
Chain of command, thank you. The chain of command, it would be nice to have, keep the same type of structure, just all in an intern position. So, you know, my position, whatever it would be intern.
But my position right now doesn't apply to the having an officer in charge, is what you're saying, right? So it doesn't cover that.
Because aren't you just, I was told you were just you were a safety officer.
Correct.
No, you're a battalion chief.
Well, yeah, but, and you guys, I don't know what,
Whatever it takes to call him, whatever the title change.
yeah, and that's why I said, and I'm fine with Travis being the assistant chief or the chief, and we're both assistant chief. To keep it where we're all legally sound, in case an event happens, that we're covered, right?
I'll go back to engine captain.
Well, you're too far along now.
So can a battalion chief take over command?
battalion chiefs are in charge of the battalion. They're not truly chief officers.
Okay, so no.
And that's
Um,
what I'm saying, so that
Yeah.
doesn't cover
I
that.
think we make them all three across the board.
And then who-
And if, because if we move him up,
Right,
and he has to go, you're all gonna have to slide into it,
right.
you know, I don't care, you know, but if we made them all three, well, you'll be assistant chief, and there'll be two interim assistant chiefs.
Right. Oh, because you're worried about if Travis goes back to assistant chief, then you've got
Well,
three
it's-
assistant
Well-
chiefs.
They'll step back to where they were.
Okay, so
If we make
if
it.
he's interim chief and Brad is assistant chief,
And
and
Russell,
then we
Rusty's
hire
assistant
somebody else, then they all step back, right?
If we hire a chief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is,
Do with it
why
that way.
do we not wanna do an interim chief? To keep.
I don't
chief
know.
community?
It's-
I
No,
think,
I want three chief officers, however it is. Because he works,
I'm not here all day long.
he's not here all the day long. You're gonna do stuff,
well, but I'm primarily here, but
I
But
know,
yes, but that's right.
you know, it's speculation, that's
Yeah.
what we're built on, the fire service is built on speculation.
Yep,
And if Travis has something that he has to take care of,
right.
there needs to be somebody, and if there's three of them, there's two more chances that we're gonna have an opportunity.
So
Even
last
if it's
time,
at
Brad,
night.
when you were interim chief, we didn't really have anybody.
We did for about 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And let me tell you what, that turns the heat up on a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cause you can't go nowhere, you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
That's why when I
Was
made
that
that,
just kind of an oversight that we didn't?
you know, I don't know if I was fully aware of that, to tell you the truth. But that was why I called you and I sent, well, I think I sent you and Emily a text and said, this is what I wanna do. Cause I was sitting up at Station 3 on a Friday and I'm like, I am up to here. You know, I said, I wanna hire a couple guys and you guys said, well, this is the range of the money and we've made it work, right? So,
So it would just essentially be flipping you two then.
yeah,
Are you okay with that?
you know what, I'll do whatever I need to do, you know, whatever we need to do to make it work.
Well, here we go again, thank all you guys for whatever it is that's lighting.
We all actually work really good together,
Yes,
so
and
it's not an issue when it comes to that.
It's not like it's a struggle here or out on a scene or anything else, so,
Yeah.
yeah, we know where we're at,
exactly.
except for Travis.
How many names you got?
Ryan, thoughts?
I would
haven't
just
heard from
make
you.
Travis interim chief and Brad assistant chief, and then we pay him, shift. If Travis goes out
Okay,
of town, and you need to cover, that way you can keep your volunteer status. You're not, if you're okay with that.
well, does
And
that
what
mean,
about Russell?
Okay, well,
Actually, that's, it does.
well,
If we're paying him, he can't keep.
well, but it's scheduled shift.
well, let me,
It wouldn't be an employee, because the way we did it in the past is
Yeah.
people were able to wear,
Yeah.
to work a shift, like a day or a night.
Because he's
But
not
that
only
was it.
employed, he's just,
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yes,
it's
yeah.
just if, kinda like a substitute teacher,
yeah.
right?
but,
If he has to come in,
You get
then,
paid when you go in.
yeah,
but
so,
am I gonna be required to be here 8 to 5 at that point?
no, that's what we had
That's-
said, was that you would just
Before you fill in,
take over those
Well, then,
responsibilities.
I'm not gonna do anything if Rusty's not gonna be in the chief position. I want
agree.
Rusty to need to be in the chief position. We need to have three of them.
Okay,
well, that covers us all, I think, at that point, right?
yeah.
You know? If you're gone or I'm gone or
Right, usually one of us,
So we're saying one interim, two assistants.
I know it's goofy, but
that would be fine. Because honestly, if we laid it out that way, you could lay it out as Brad is fire and I am EMS, or don't divide it,
Whatever.
just say assistant, you know,
Well, you
that's
could be
fine.
assistant of volunteer, you could be assistant, or we could do it anyway.
Or you just say two assistants, and that's okay, and it's all intern.
I kinda like
Or
the idea
intern
of
chief
fire and
and
EMS,
two
you know,
intern
and then
assistants.
your people know who to go to. If they have an EMS problem, they'll go to you. If they have a
Assistant chief's kinda the same thing.
Fire
private,
chief.
they'll go to
It's
you.
something, it's just what we're doing, you know.
It keeps
And
the
that keeps
pyramid
the
down.
pyramid, yeah, because then people know who to go to. It'll keep that pyramid.
And when you're hiring committee, when you guys get to that point, then we reassess everything and restructure as needed.
Mhm.
I nominate.
Yeah, probably the work.
What?
I think move them to intern, and then get through the wildland fire season,
Yeah,
and keep the two assistants. I just wanna get through wildland fire without having to struggle and.
to do any more turmoil.
Yeah.
That's what we'd like to do, is to keep you guys, because we know what's coming.
Oh, boy.
And we want everything to be as even as it can be for you guys. And as seamless as we can, and whatever it takes to do that, I'm up for it. And if, you know, if you guys are making that proposal to us, which I think you are, Russell,
I'm okay with, I would propose, I'll stay, I propose you move Travis to intern chief, and I propose you move me and Brad to intern assistant chiefs.
okay? If that's what operations wants,
Can I get a motion on the floor from the board?
She could be the captain.
well, yeah, that's it. I make a motion that we, Russell and operations, have agreed that to make this seamless as possible, that Travis Schmidt be moved from assistant chief to interim chief, and that Russell Greer be interim assistant chief, and Brad Ray be interim assistant chief as well. So
In a volunteer
two,
capacity.
Yes.
in a volunteer capacity. And if we need to do, so that's a motion.
Okay, so the motion on the floor is to bump, Assistant Chief Schmidt to interim chief, bump, Safety Officer Ray to interim assistant chief, bump, Captain Russell Greer to interim assistant chief as well.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second on the floor. Is there any further discussion?
So if we need to have shift work,
I have time sheets that we instituted before,
Mhm.
and so we'll just use those if that comes into play.
for either one of these.
We'll come back to that in just a second. So the motion and the second on the floor is to bump, Travis Schmidt up to interim chief, Brad Ray and Russell Greer both to interim assistant chiefs. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Congratulations.
Boy, yeah, welcome, huh?
Alright,
Oh, boy.
I got about 4 emails for you, and I got 4 emails to you.
okay.
They gotta watch.
So in the event of shift work that may come up, Janine has paperwork for you guys to fill out.
We'll see Janine if, when that need arises.
Okay.
And the communication between the interim chief
Oh,
and the board,
so,
Ryan, or?
yes, so the direct line to the board from operations should go through Ryan right now. If it's something that he's not available for, then the next person in line would be me. But as far as I know, he should be available,
Available most times.
so.
So, I had sent an is that gonna work? Like, keeping track of things, if there's something a board member wants, how will that be communicated back?
So, I guess you'd email me or text me or call me, and then I would call Travis. If I can't get a hold of Travis, I'll call Rusty. If I can't get a hold of Rusty, I'll call Brad Ray, and go from there, I guess.
And then, like, if you're getting, I guess the question is if you got several board members asking for several things, how are we gonna keep track of that and make sure that we're not overloading or redundancy or in conflict?
I guess I can, when I read it, if somebody else is saying the same thing, I can say I'm asking for this person, and I'll just try keeping the board, you know, and the information as much as I can.
Cause we need to stay out of operations as much as we can.
Well, it's not about that, it's about making sure that, you know, we're not overloading with questions and then not conflicting, right?
Yeah,
And then
that's
getting
what
that information back, that's all I'm asking.
that's gonna be up to Ryan, he's gonna have to disseminate it, if it's similar or whatever, respond back to us.
And if it's similar, I can say,
Aaron got this.
Aaron already asked this question, I am in the process of getting it answered, I will let both of you know and the rest of the board know about the question and answer.
So you want us to just send it directly to you, not to the whole board?
Yeah, or I guess you could send it to the whole board and,
Why don't we send it to the whole board?
I'm just asking.
I know, you know, this
So
is,
if it gets sent to the whole board, then
we all.
we all know what's being asked. Just so that way,
just don't reply to it, you know.
Right.
But if it's sent to the whole board, does that make it a quorum to do that?
Only if somebody replies.
Okay,
If you have a discussion on it or,
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I just wanna make sure that that's,
they can give information out to each other.
okay,
Yeah.
So if Aaron wants to know if we're having chocolate at the meeting, it has to be reply to her,
Okay.
not reply to the board.
right, okay.
So is there chocolate?
Forget her chocolate.
They did not wear chocolate.
Oh, why did you bring that up?
I want chocolate.
is there any other new business that we need to address this meeting? We're gonna have another meeting next week, to review the WRC and the information for the job posting.
On Thursday at 6:30, correct?
Yes.
It'll be noticed on Wednesday then?
Mhm.
Do you want me to do that? Do you,
Yes, please.
okay.
Yeah, I just did it
As far
this
as
time
agenda-
because you
Because you're
were,
on
yeah, you
vacation.
were gone.
Do you, as far as agenda items
The,
that we want to,
yeah, it should just be the WRC, resolution, and then, full-time employee job posting. Is that correct?
Yeah, WRC covers all this. And then NFPA can be under unfinished business.
okay, so you want the NFPA part in there?
Well, that'll fall under,
That's part of the,
that'll fall under the,
yeah,
Okay,
this,
full-time.
the full-time employee. So,
Perfect.
alright, anything else? Hearing none, I'm gonna get a motion on the floor to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Got a motion and a second on the floor to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Perfect. Thank you guys
Thank you.
for, and everybody, thank you, Emily.